Why is the biggest luxury group in the world suddenly struggling? LVMH, home to Louis Vuitton, Dior, Fendi, Celine and more, just posted some of the most concerning numbers we've seen in recent years. Fashion and leather goods sales have plunged 12% in Q2 of 2025, bringing the first half of the year down 8% overall. Revenue is down, profits are down, and for the first time in a long time, luxury doesn't look untouchable. But before anyone rushes to say the luxury industry is dying, no, it's not that simple. In fact, it's deeper than ever. The real story here is about China. For years, Chinese aspirational consumers made up the bulk of growth in the luxury market. But in 2025, the shift is seismic. The demand is fading. Chinese Gen Z and millennial shoppers, once obsessed with logos and status, are now questioning everything. They're becoming more selective, more skeptical, and most importantly, more private. Quiet luxury wasn't just a Western trend, it seeped into Asia too. But what we're seeing now is even beyond that. It's consumer fatigue, emotional detachment, and a loss of urgency. LVMH's reliance on the Chinese luxury customer, especially in fashion and leather goods, is now being exposed. When those customers slow down, everything shakes. CEO Bernard Arnault has been known for his long-term vision, and that vision worked. LVMH became a global empire. But even the most powerful brands can't ignore a changing psychology. This isn't just about numbers, it's about desire. And in 2025, desire is shifting. When Louis Vuitton released yet another bag in monogram canvas this year, people didn't line up the same way. The magic isn't gone, but the urgency is. People don't feel the need to prove anything through their bags anymore. And for luxury, that's terrifying. The younger generation of shoppers doesn't see value the same way. They don't want to wait 6 months on a list just to wear something thousands of other people already have. Scarcity isn't enough if the storytelling doesn't evolve. In fact, the more desperate the brands look, the less people want them. Luxury fatigue isn't about people hating luxury. It's about people being tired of the performance of it, tired of the price hikes, tired of the influencers who wear things once and resell, tired of the chase that no longer feels exclusive. And now the brands that relied on spectacle are being exposed. The quiet ones, they're still thriving. Think Bottega, think Loro Piana. Even the Row, they're not selling hype, they're selling a feeling, a lifestyle, an identity that doesn't need to scream. LVMH is now learning that even billion-dollar heritage can't fight shifting values. You can't buy relevance. You have to earn it. And in 2025, that means listening more closely to the psychology of your customer. LVMH isn't over, but it is being forced to adapt. This decline might be temporary on paper, but culturally it signals a deeper correction, one where excess is no longer aspirational, one where the most valuable thing isn't a logo, it's silence, subtlety and self-assurance. Follow us on Instagram at GTWJMag for deeper updates on this story, insider shift tea and what's next for fashion. And remember, fashion doesn't just reflect culture, it predicts it. Where fashion thinks deeper, and what it's predicting right now is a massive rebalancing of power. For over a decade, LVMH brands like Louis Vuitton and Dior have dominated global fashion through cultural saturation. They weren't just selling bags, they were shaping identity. Their marketing machine made luxury feel not only desirable but necessary. The logos became visual passports to perceived status. But in 2025, that illusion is cracking. The saturation point has been hit. From TikTok to Taobao, Instagram to outlet malls, the same bags, shoes and sunglasses are everywhere. And when exclusivity becomes mass, the entire luxury value equation collapses. We're seeing a psychological rebellion. Consumers don't want to feel part of the crowd anymore. They want to feel like the exception. And when LVMH keeps releasing products that cater to the masses, even if they're premium masses, they dilute the aura. That aura is everything. Without it, a luxury item is just another item, and that's what's behind the 12% drop in fashion and leather goods this quarter. It's not just economic pressure, it's emotional disengagement. When people stop caring, they stop buying. Net profit is down 22%. That's not a minor dip, that's a confidence shock. And it's especially alarming considering that fashion and leather goods make up nearly half of LVMH's total business. Arnault himself admitted that a rebound may not come until 2026 or later, which tells us this isn't seasonal. This is structural. But what's more fascinating is how LVMH will respond. Will they go louder, flashier, more collaborations and celebrity campaigns? Or will they finally do what younger consumers are begging for? Slow down, refine, and reimagine what luxury really means. Because here's the truth. Gen Z doesn't dream about owning luxury. They dream about being aligned with something meaningful. They crave identity, not just image. Authenticity, not just aesthetics. That's why niche brands are winning. They speak directly, not loudly. You can feel this shift in every corner of fashion right now. From resale platforms exploding while full-price boutiques are quiet, to influencers admitting they've stopped doing luxury hauls because the culture has turned on them. People are tired of being sold aspiration. They want intimacy, depth, something real. LVMH's challenge isn't to remarket their bags. It's to make people care again. That might mean letting go of some of the formulas that worked for the past 15 years. It might mean abandoning overexposure in favor of mystique. It might mean designing for real emotional resonance, not just quarterly profits. Because if this 12% drop tells us anything, it's this. The most expensive brands in the world can't survive if people no longer feel seen by them. This isn't about a bag. This is about identity, power, and the future of fashion storytelling. Stay tuned, this is just the beginning. Follow at GTWJMag on Instagram for more analysis like this and dive deeper into the luxury psychology that's shaping tomorrow. GTWJ, where fashion thinks deeper. And here's where it gets even more revealing, the China effect. LVMH's slowdown is deeply tied to declining luxury demand in China, and that matters more than most people realize. For years, Chinese consumers fueled global luxury growth. Post-2020 especially, the luxury industry banked on China's rebound like a lifeline. But in 2025, that rebound isn't just delayed, it's disappearing. Why? Because China's affluent middle class, the aspirational buyer base, is shrinking in confidence. Economic uncertainty, youth unemployment, and shifting cultural priorities are all changing how people spend. The old formula of luxury equals success isn't resonating the same way. Young Chinese consumers are now more cautious, more skeptical, and much less likely to spend thousands just to prove a point. And when your largest growth market starts pulling back, your whole empire starts to wobble. For LVMH, this is a cultural earthquake. Because the luxury business isn't about volume, it's about desire. When that desire fades, you can't discount your way out of it. You either reignite it with emotional depth, or you lose relevance. And let's not forget the competition. Quiet luxury brands like the Loewe, Brunello Cucinelli are taking attention away from the monogram giants. Why? Because they feel exclusive again. They don't scream for attention, they whisper. And in a world flooded with noise, the whisper is winning. LVMH used to be the whisper, now it's the billboard. Even within the LVMH empire, you can see the cracks. Dior's recent collections under Maria Grazia Chiuri have faced growing criticism for feeling repetitive. Louis Vuitton's menswear under Pharrell is bold but divisive, and the Maison's heritage lines aren't carrying the same cultural weight they once did. It's not about talent, it's about timing. The market no longer rewards safety, it rewards soul. So what happens next? LVMH has two choices: double down on legacy or risk reinvention. And the truth is, reinvention is terrifying for a conglomerate built on tradition and quarterly targets. But the ones who dare to evolve, they're the ones who last. Fashion is memory, emotion, storytelling. If LVMH wants to lead again, it has to tell a story we haven't heard yet. One that resonates with the fragmented post-hype consumer who doesn't care about prestige unless it feels personal. The age of easy luxury is over. This is the era of emotional luxury. And if you're still stuck in the old model, the numbers won't just drop, they'll disappear. Let's keep watching. Follow at GTWJMag on Instagram for more insider analysis, future trend breakdowns, and deep psychological dives on where fashion is really heading. GTWJ, where fashion thinks deeper.